And welcome back to the Digimon Partner Creation Series. This one is the last of the ones that I had written down and well, it's not the last. I wrote a couple extra ones, but the ones I chose to do this month. And that is, and I had some people talk about this one. What is Deku, Izuku Midoriya's Digimon partner? Now, I do know that a YouTuber known by the name of KarnEX does this type of series. He's a Digimon YouTuber. I like him. He's pretty good. I'm subscribed to him. And he did this one, and I do remember I didn't actually watch the video. I never got around to that one, but I remember the thumbnail, and it did involve Deku. And, if I'm not mistaken, it did involve the Digimon that I chose as his partner. The partner Digimon for Izuku Midoryia, Deku, is Pulsemon. Pulsemon is basically a man-humanoid beast Digimon. It's a Digimon that would digivolve under the influence of a heartbeat waveform data stored in hospitals and gyms. It has a lively personality in that it treats anyone without discrimination. Pulsemon's characteristic fringe is linked to its emotions and droops when it feels down. It is a cunning fighter who battles by capitalizing on its natural agility and moving around in the shape of a lightning bolt. In addition, many Digimon that are influenced by the vital data of others, like Pulsemon, improve their physical abilities and digivolving have been discovered. In essence, his two signature abilities are Electric Rush, rams into the enemy with its might at lightning speed, and then Minor Impulse discharges electricity generated within its body from its fringe. So yeah, this. Look, I mean, you look at the image I chose for Midoriya, and yeah, it's kind of clear cut that this would probably be his Digimon partner. A lively Digimon, a friendly Digimon, a Digimon that likes to help people, and a Digimon who has an electrical background. While this might seem like it's more designed for Kaminari, not actually. This guy has a lot more of like a robust, more of a fighter's body. He's very similar to Midoriya, but he could also help offset Midoriya's more insecure side with, being, very energetic and saying, hey, come on, Midoriya, let's do this. I don't know. Come on, Deku. If you want to be the greatest hero in the world, you can't go sit around. Let's go. Come on, Pulsemon, wait. So I could totally see that. And especially as Deku later grew in the series, he would definitely take on more traits of something like Pulsemon. Speaking of growing, the champion form of Pulsemon is also the champion form of this Pulsemon, where it is Bulkmon. Bulkmon, and 1 second, boop. Bulkmon is the champion form of Pulsemon, and it is an extremely powerful, bulky, muscly Digimon. It's a Digimon that digivolved via the data of body composition monitor that measured muscle mass. It has a bellicose personality, and the power brought about by an unnaturally well-developed upper body muscle is top class even among champion Digimon. Its reaction speed is extremely high despite its large size. It overwhelms its enemies with tremendous power and speed. It's a hard worker, much like Midoriya, always continuing its training when it's not eating or sleeping. To deal with opponents that refuse to come closer to it, unleashes the Thunder Dread. Its two signature abilities that, discharging electrical energy stored in its horn, and an electrical fist, sending an enemy flying with a blow from his electrically laced fist. Again, both are traits of Midoriya to some degree. Well, not the Thunder, but literally, it's a hard worker. It's a good-natured mon altogether, and it's just a very powerful physical Digimon. It's a Dragon Man, Dragon Humanoid Digimon. And this works well towards Midoriya, who later on grows and comes more into his own when it comes to One for All. It's physically one of the strongest characters in the series. So you get the idea of it bulking up, then you definitely get a mon that can definitely keep up with Midoriya and represent Midoriya pretty well, I think. So then the ultimate. This is another case where I think a split evolution can work. Now, there are two ways we can go about this. One of the ways is with this guy right here, Boutmon. Boutmon is an ultimate level Digimon, another beast humanoid Digimon. Now, is a beast humanoid Digimon is a Digimon that digivolved from the data of a combat sport such as karate. It is a courteous sportsman who has learned the rules of every type of martial art and values fighting in the game format. In the game format its opponent wants. Although there is a wide variety of techniques used by Boutmon, non-existent techniques like those in fighting games are as well as sports show up from time to time. It has 3 signature abilities: Lightning Heal, lands an axe kick on the opponent's skull with lightning. Burden Blast, fires oversized energy shots from its held out palm. And then Thunderclap, Storms of Blows, or it translates to Thunderclap, tide turning fight. Dishes out a series of kicking and punching techniques without giving the opponent any chance to strike. Now, this is one option we can go, going back more than the man-beast humanoid Digimon. It's an option we can go, and this is due to the fact that Midoriya is not trying to, but his general approach to combat does have to do with hand-to-hand. It's just the way One for All for the longest time worked. Obviously, later down the road, Izuku got more, but Izuku was predominantly a melee fighter. Now, he wasn't really a martial artist, per se. So this is why I kind of look at it as a sub-evolution. But you can still, if you look at Boutmon's design, see that his necklace seems to be glowing. And you can make the design is very spiky yellow. It can still lend itself to the electrical nature, as it still has electrical-based attacks to some degree. However, the other Digimon, and I like this one a bit more because it still goes and it extends, because this is a pretty drastic evolution from bulk to bout. However, from a design standpoint, this next one definitely makes a bit more sense, and that is a Digimon known as, and I'm going to try to get this name right, Stiphilemon. Stiphilemon is a man-beast Digimon, much like Bulkmon. Even among Philemon, only a small fraction of those who have tempered their quills to the extreme can achieve Digivolution into the ultimate level. Now, keep in mind, this is a Digivolution of a Digimon known as Philemon. However, because of the way Digimon Digivolution works, we can tweak the format. We can tweak the branch line, if you will. And so basically, the fur covering its entire body is said to possess the hardness rivaling that of Red Digiozoid, acting not only as a shield that protects its body from harm, but also as a weapon that boasts unparalleled offense. The Hurricane Knuckle it wields in both hands are its pride weapons, made from compressing its own shed fur to high density. It views Wergurumon as a rival and dreams of the day that can face it in battle. And so it trains diligently every day to prepare. It has 2 main abilities. Giga Crimson Dive, charging forth, doing a high-speed drill spin, cleaving the opponent to bits with its bristle fur Hurricane Knuckles. And then Vermilion Vortex causes red drill-shaped spears to protrude from all over its body, annihilating multiple enemies in one go. So, this, I will admit, this was more going off of the Digivolution line of Bulkmon, because Bulkmon himself, his actual Digivolution line, if I am correct about that, it might have been Boutmon, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, his next Digivolution form is Boutmon. So Boutmon is actually the natural Digivolution form. However, I always like the idea of trying to look past the standard Digivolution lines these Digimon have and try to do something a little different. And yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible idea. You can definitely go into the more darker nature, especially when he went rogue and went vigilante. You could look and see that in that design, certainly. It could also be that I like the idea too of Deku kind of embracing other parts of himself, because we know One for All has multiple ability, multiple quirks in it. So he had to learn multiple angles and learn from other people. That his partner could be a reflection of that. And this is actually where ultimately I decided to take the mega part of this. I went with Stiphilemon over Boutmon for this, because Boutmon's basic Digivolution line ends in a Digimon called Kazuchimon, which is a lightning deity Digimon. And this would make more sense for someone like maybe Kaminari or something like that. This one, even though, yeah, Deku kinda is like not godlike power, but he's powerful for his verse, I guess godlike in a way. It doesn't really fit for the Digivolution line. Whereas, from both a design standpoint, especially if we're thinking about Deku when he went into it went into Vigilante days. I like the idea of one, and this Digimon is known as Rasenmon. And that is Rasenmon right there. Now, Rasenmon is another man-beast Digimon, or beast-man Digimon. Is in its Fury mode's true form. It's technically a mode change of Rasenmon. Rasenmon's Fury mode is actually kind of what comes first. But I like the idea of that Fury mode could be where it starts, and ultimately this is where the Digivolution ultimately ends, and this is where he can just access it now completely. It's its true form, which it attains after accepting its negative emotions, much like Deku has, without fearing them and regaining the courage it needed to believe in itself. Again, much like Deku has had to do over and over and over again. Having broken free of the negative emotions that shackled it down, it is now reborn into this new form and is able to completely control the power that drove it into Berserk in the past. Again, very much like Deku. Not one-to-one, but Deku's gone through things like this. Its violent temperament has also faded. It also now sports a kind and gentle personality. Very much Deku. In battle, is capable of amassing even more power by absorbing the energy derived from his allies' emotions. However, it is only able to use his ability to carry out actions it believes are right. Again, Deku. Now, it's 4 signature abilities. One is Gyro Smash. Dishes out a powerful punch with spinning the blades on its arm. This could be likened to Black Whip to some degree. Not 100%, but still. Because Deku can wrap the Black Whip around his arms and enhance himself. Quellrise Blast. Spins its blades at extremely high speeds, creating tornadoes that strike the opponent. That is very reminiscent of him being able to literally just create giant gusts and tornadoes just by throwing a punch. Spiral Vanish. Shoots out and fuses all the spiral-shaped spines covering its body to form a gigantic drill, which it uses to impale the opponent. Spiral Vanish is its trump card, where it unleashes all the emotional energy is stored together and its drill to deliver a crushingly powerful blow. And then finally, Spinning Quellrise Blast. A stronger version of the Quellrise Blast with one arm using the powerful Resen Fury mode. So this isn't 100%, but this is very much kind of in Deku's wheelhouse, I think, where Deku oftentimes relies on the emotional support of his friends. He will do everything he can for his friends, so his final abilities, his final attacks, usually go all out and usually break his limbs and things along those lines. Not so much at the moment, but still. Now, is it a one-to-one comparison? No. There are definitely other ways you could go a Deku, Izuku Midoryia, Digimon partner line. I would definitely keep the first two. I would keep Pulse and Bulkmon, definitely. And Bulkmon is the next Digimon in that line, but Bulkmon's only there really because it's there, and it works towards the martial artist aspect or the physical aspect of Deku in terms of his fighting style. Otherwise, I would just say there's other ways you could go about it. Once you get past the first two, I think there are very many other outlets you could go with this partner series. But this is just my interpretation of it. What would you do differently if you were to do a Digimon partner for Deku? And what would that Digimon's evolution line look like? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you folks next time.